Right, guys, so after 5 years of consistently going to the gym, it's time to admit that I'm going to quit. And I never thought that I would say it, because I attribute most of the things, most of the success that I've had in my life, I attribute it to the gym. Going from extremely shy and insecure to being pretty confident, going from skinny to jacked, going from very undisciplined to building an unbreakable mindset. I attribute everything to the gym. The gym literally changed my life. So then why the fuck am I going to quit? And I'm going to explain exactly why, because it's going to make sense if you watch this entire video, right? Because the gym, it taught me many valuable lessons. It taught me to show up consistently even though you don't feel like it. That if you really don't feel like going to the gym and you still push yourself to do it, to do that thing that you didn't want to do, that afterwards, after you complete it and you do it either way, no matter how you feel, that actually gives the best feeling, that actually gives a better feeling than giving in to the fact that you didn't feel like it in the moment. I learned that consistency beats perfection every single time. Like, I've never been the guy that circle jerks over science-based lifting and micro that, all the bullshit. No, I was just the guy that was like, okay, I'm skinny, I want to get jacked. What do I have to do? Show up consistently, lift heavy weights, eat a bunch of food. That's what I did. And the guy that does that consistently shows up, works hard, puts in a lot of effort, instead of trying to make the perfect meal plan and delays the action every single time. The guy that shows up consistently and doesn't give a fuck about if it's perfect or not is going to run circles around everyone and beat everyone in every single metric, right? It taught me delayed gratification, where you are able to set aside your desires in the moment because you have a future vision that you know is worth more than those desires in the moment. Where you know, okay, this physique is worth more to me than eating the donuts right now. And this translated into my financial life as well. This is where I learned it. And then I was able to apply it in my financial life as well, where I knew, okay, this future that I have for my finances and for the kind of life that I want to live is worth more to me than all this instant gratification and all these distractions that I have in the moment that I would rather do, right? So then it becomes very easy to do the things that you're supposed to do because you know that that future is worth more to you, right? It taught me patience for results, where you show up without seeing any results. You show up, you don't see any results, because you don't see any results in your muscle mass or in your physique after a few workouts, not even from a week or 2 weeks, right? But you keep showing up. You keep showing up, you keep showing up, you keep putting in the effort, you keep putting in the work. And then 3-4 months down the line, you look into the mirror and you think, fucking hell, all that work that I put in finally paid off. I actually see the result from it. And this is going to be the same. This translated into my financial life as well, where you put in the work, no results, put in the work, no results, put in the work, no results. And then one day, it all pays off. It's almost like you're putting all that energy into a bucket, and you will only get the result once the bucket overflows, right? So you're putting in the effort, all that energy, you're stacking energy in the bucket. It's going up, it's going up, it's going up. But it doesn't seem like it's going up. And then at one moment, all that energy tips over the edge of the bucket, and that's when the results start coming in, right? So if it taught me all these things, then why the fuck would I ever quit? I'm going to explain to you right now. At this point, I feel like there's two options that I have, right? Either I start injecting a bunch of steroids in my ass and cause myself severe back acne and get like really big like a bodybuilder, which I don't respect in any way, so that doesn't make any sense for me. Or I could spend 6 days a week, hour and a half in the gym. That's what, 9 hours a week. Track my macros, 9 hours a week, that's 40 hours a month. To what? Build 10 pounds of muscle, 15 pounds of muscle in the coming 4 or 5 years. Like, is that actually worth it for me? Do I even want to get much bigger? I don't know. And some of you might be looking at this and thinking, oh, you're not even that big, bro. But it's pretty okay? Like, physique inflation has become real because on social media, all you see is guys that inject steroids, but are telling you that they don't. So you think that is a big physique, Put that out of your mind. Like, whenever I'm in public, it rarely happens that anyone has a better physique than I have, so I know it's pretty okay. But would I even want 10 pounds, 15 pounds of extra muscle? Like, I already can't even really touch my back. So like, it doesn't even make any sense for me. So the plan going forward, and maybe some of you can learn from this or get inspiration from it, is that I understand that if the gym taught me so many lessons, right, that changed my life this much, but I've kind of learned those lessons already, then there might be other areas that hold these same valuable lessons that I haven't explored yet, like running, like fighting. And this is what I started to do, because this is what I have always respected, right? I respected people that were big, yeah, but I've achieved that. Now what do I respect as well is people that can fight. So then I know if I have the purpose in life to acquire what I admire, to get what I admire in others, then I need to start fighting as well. So I'm going to dial back my gym volume because I want to keep my size, of course. I'm not going to waste all that effort that I put in the 5 years and let it go to waste by just quitting the gym entirely, running and fighting and losing every single thing that I have, because I respect people that are big. So I'm going to go to the gym 2 or 3 times a week. I'm gonna do fighting, kickboxing for 2 or 3 times a week. And I'm gonna add like 1 or 2 runs every single week, maybe a steady run, interval run, in order to fight the demons in my mind that come on with running, because I know they do from the times that I went running. And to improve my cardiovascular health also for the kickboxing, right? And I've come to the realization that my vision of who I want to be has changed, because what I always wanted to be was big and rich. Big and rich, that was what I wanted to be. But it has changed, something has been added. Something has been added, and it's rich, big and dangerous. That's what I respect now, so that's what I'm going to acquire, right? And I want you guys to understand this. If you admire something in others, that means that you gotta acquire it yourself, okay? So if you know that you respect people that are rich, big and dangerous, then you better make fucking sure that you become rich, big and dangerous. It's not difficult math, it's not very complex. It's just looking in others, what do you respect in others, and make sure that you get that in yourself, okay? Because this is your conscience telling you what you need to go after. And lastly, I wanna leave you with something, because I have one regret here. And that is that I didn't start earlier, and that I didn't listen to this voice that I had earlier, because that voice inside my mind had been telling me this exact thing about 2 years ago. I've been hearing this, that I gotta change this 2 years ago, but I didn't do it. I started fighting like 2 years ago, 4 or 5 lessons here and there, but I didn't follow through. Why? Because it was uncomfortable for me. I was confident in the gym. In the gym, whenever I was in the gym, I pushed more than like 90% of everybody there. And the 10% who pushed more than me, I could literally look at them and think, yeah, you injected steroids. I don't even want to be like that, so I don't even care. But in fighting, I was starting from complete beginning. It makes you face the fact that you're nobody in that area, right? And one thing that I've been doing for the past 2 years is leaning on my strengths too much instead of facing my weaknesses. But we gotta dial down on those weaknesses, because we gotta eliminate all weakness that we have in order to become the best version of ourselves. So I know right now that I regret not following through 2 years ago, because imagine where I could have been right now if I just had the balls to follow through. And this is gonna be with everything in your life, guys. This is not just with fighting. Imagine 3 years from now, you continued that business. Or maybe some of you guys started the business 3-4 years ago. You quit, and now you think, fucking hell, what if I just continued? What if I just continued? And I have that same regret. That's why I'm able to talk about it. But one thing that we gotta learn from it is that we don't make that mistake once again, right? You made it once, so then make sure that you don't make it again. If you made the mistake, make sure that you don't repeat that mistake. So what I want you to do going forward from this video, once you click off, is write down exactly what you admire in others. Either if it's being rich, if it's being dangerous, if it's being big, if it's being smart, whatever it is for you, make a plan on how you're going to acquire those things for yourself, and then understand that you shouldn't make that same mistake of quitting, so that in 4 or 5 years from now you will have actually acquired those things into your own life, instead of living with regret and the thought of what if I actually follow through. Because that regret and that thought of what if, that's going to kill you inside, man. That's really going to kill you inside. So that's why I'm going to quit the gym as I am doing it right now. I'm going to quit the gym the way I've been doing it for the past 2 years. I'm still going to be going to the gym, at least maintaining muscle mass, maybe slowly gain a bit here and there if I eat correctly and eat enough. And then start working on other things as well. Face my fears, focus on those weak points, and actually acquire what I admire. And that's it for today. I hope you guys learned something from it, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.